ladies and gents? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and I'm coming at you with week 14? 14 of the Keto Contest Prep. Has it been 14 weeks? I think it has. That's crazy, because it doesn't feel like it's been that long at all. I gotta double check this, in fact, because, yeah, 14 weeks. Crazy. All right, so I don't really want to talk super detailed about anything technical today. I want to talk about something else. But before I get into something else, I will say that today, Friday, I hit my all-time lowest weight, which was, let me look at my phone real quick, 168, I don't want to tell you wrong here, 168.6. So the past several days I've been in the 160s, upper 160s. I was kind of teetering on the 169, then I bounced back up to 170 for a few days. But these past few days, I've been less than 170, so in the high 160s. Today's the first day I've broken into 168 range. So that's exciting. I'm definitely leaning out. What's more is that my strength has continued to increase, which is crazy. I've focused a lot more on just really perfecting the form and being like in a meditative state throughout every single rep, every single lift, every single workout. Like today, for instance, was back and biceps. I did deadlifts, and I did, I think, 12 or 13 sets of deadlifts. And when I got to the heaviest set of 405, I did it for 6 reps, which is the heaviest and most reps I've gone over the course of this prep. But I've just focused on really just having flawless, perfect form, like breathing properly, being very strategic in like how I grab the bar, how I go through the movement, but just being super present throughout the entire range of motion. And I've really tried to focus on that, for one, to minimize energy, but then two, just to like make sure that I'm connecting, having that mind-muscle connection, and just maximizing everything that I'm doing with regard to my training. I've also upped the cardio a little bit. I'm doing 15 minutes at level 12 right now, and I'm doing that twice a week. Next week, I might bump that up to 15 minutes at level 15. I'm trying to kind of ramp things up a little bit because I have that show in March 28th. So I'm going to do a little bit more cardio. Next week's macros are going to drop 10 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat. So I'm getting a little bit more aggressive with the macro manipulations. But the main thing I want to talk about today is a mindset thing. So I'm doing the OMAD, the 1 meal a day. I think most of y'all have known that. I think I've talked about that in prior videos. And when you do 1 meal a day and you're in a caloric deficit, like, you really look forward to that one meal. It's like something that you're, excited about, something that you kind of eagerly rush into. It's really easy to rush into it. The way I've got mine structured is that I wake up early, have my coffee, train in the morning. Usually I'll train around 5 or 6 a.m., wake up at 3, train around 5 or 6, and then I'll eat after I run, which is usually I'm consuming a meal within about 2 hours of training and running. Trying to get in that anabolic window while in a caloric deficit, just to minimize any catabolic effects of being in a deficit and training hard and heavy. So after that meal, or after that workout, after that run, I take a shower, and then I start warming up my food in the microwave. And this is going to sound weird if you're not in a prep or don't really know, have not experienced this before, but when you're only eating 1 meal a day, and you're in a caloric deficit, and you are excited about that one meal, it's super easy to just grab that meal, stick it in the microwave, and scarf it down and not think anything of it, and then just be ready for the next day's meal. But one thing I've really tried to make a focus and an honest effort in doing, both in the last competition prep I did and this one, is to pause, slow down, and reflect, and be like totally present in my current state before I ever heat up my food and take a bite. And that's going to sound a little frou-frou, but bear with me here. So first of all, you want to kind of get into a relaxed state prior to eating. You don't want to be like super hyped up, because then you're not going to absorb the nutrients you are eating near as well. But secondly, when you're in a contest prep and you are in that deficit and you are looking forward to that meal, it's like you just go through the motions. And the contest prep is all about discipline. It's all about consistency. It's all about dedicated discipline and doing things that are hard. I've been prepping now for 14 weeks, which is a lot longer than most people ever even make it in a prep. and I feel great. But it's definitely getting to the point where it's like I can tell that I've been prepping for a little while. Not in a bad way at all. I could just tell that I've been super consistent with everything for 14 weeks now. And in doing that, it's like taking a moment and like being present, 100% present. Like I'll work on my breathing. I'll take a few deep breaths before I ever heat up my food. I'll sit there in the kitchen with my food ready to go, but I'll take a few deep breaths and I'll just like breathe and I'll be present and I'll reflect on the fact that I had a good workout, I had a good run, or reflect on the fact of what I've got going on that day, what I've got coming up. And then I'll eat my food without looking at my phone, without being stimulated any more than is necessary. I'll just be in the moment and like enjoy every bite, enjoy that moment of peace, and then it's over, and then I'm ready to tackle the day. And then I look forward to it the next day, but I'm like recharged. And I know it sounds kind of abstract, but if you're in a contest prep, that's one of the best ways I can ensure that you're not going to develop a lot of eating disorders and just like over fixate and over obsess about the food you are consuming. Like making the food a known thing in your life, but not putting it on a pedestal is going to be key. So if you're going through a contest prep or you're thinking about it, heed these words of wisdom and try it, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. And that is pretty much all I've got to say about this one. Next week's updates, I'm going to do an updated posing, progress pictures, all that stuff. And I feel like it'll be a pretty noticeable difference. I've noticed a lot of the fat in my lower back has subsided. I've noticed that my hamstrings are popping a lot more than they have before. So I'm excited to see what those updated progress pictures are looking like. Until then, I'll see you next time.